taxes, keeping my books straight, running a profit and loss statement, it all gets so confusing. I used to spend more time trying to worry about my taxes and if I'm doing them right than I actually did working on my business. I needed a solution. That is when I found Core Financial. Core is a team of tax professionals that actually care about real relationships with their clients. From the moment I hired Core, I was able to trust that I will be fully taken care of. They run my books, keep me up to date with my finances, and make sure I'm taking full advantage of all the tax breaks I qualify for. Are you struggling to understand your finances? Do you need help making sure you don't make any mistakes? Look no further. Core Financial. Both Nick and I are huge fans of Core Financial, and we know you will be too. Check out howtofilmweddings.com/core to see what they can do for you. Core Financial. Real relationships. No surprises. You know, I get asked this a lot. Like, people are like, I'm just starting my YouTube channel. Is it too late? And I think about it like, when is the best time to plant a tree? Like 30 years ago? But when is the second best? When's the second best time to plant a tree? Like right now?
Hello and welcome to the How to Film Weddings podcast. My name is Nick Miller, and today I am joined, as always, by Mr. John Bunn. John, how are you doing today?
Nick, I'm not going to lie. I shot a lot this weekend, and I'm quite exhausted.
Yeah.
Did a rehearsal dinner Thursday. It's about 5-6 hours of time to get everything in and out. Super hot here in Oklahoma. Drank so many gallons of water. Then I did a wedding on Friday. About 10 hours on, nothing crazy. And then did another wedding on Saturday. So not complaining, back in the full swing of things. Yesterday, we're recording this on a Monday. So yesterday I kind of took the day off. And today I'm just feeling it a little bit. So... But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about where we're at. June's really busy for me, and after June, it calms down a little bit. So I'm excited about that. I know you had a wedding, correct?
I did.
Last weekend,
I did.
But it was
have a wedding
for you.
I did have a wedding on Saturday. Our average wedding day is usually like 8 or 9 hours, and this one was 12.
Okay.
And it went fine. It went well. This was a couple that booked us forever ago, and they were like, we want all day. And as we got closer, they had already paid for it. And, I was like, no, we want you there all day. And I was like, well, I'm not sure you need me there all day. But, we were, and it worked out really, really well. Today is a special day. I haven't told you this. Do you know what today is?
Is today your anniversary?
No, it is an anniversary. Today, we're recording this on June 15th, and today is my 3-year anniversary of going full-time into wedding video. So we've been doing this full-time for 3 years. Really excited about that, It's like,
that is neat.
Hey, we're making it. We're doing it. So
you are doing it, and you're doing it well. Congratulations. As of this week, on the 18th, yes, on the 18th is my 15-year wedding anniversary, so gearing up for that. I'm old, got married when I was 20, just a little baby, and now I'm 35, and we're waiting until July to go do something fun because June is full of weddings. So
yeah, and speaking of doing something fun, I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so that's neat. We're going to South Dakota, Custer State Park.
Okay.
I'm sure that all of the people listening are really interested in hearing all this stuff about, what I'm doing and what you're doing.
I mean, they're listening to our podcast. I mean, they kind of want to know what we're doing. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true.
But we should get to the topic at hand today.
Yeah, we will.
You sound like,
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So today we want to revisit YouTube. YouTube is one of our favorite topics to talk about. We love YouTube. We love telling people that they should use YouTube. That's kind of hard to say, use YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're in your car listening, try to say use YouTube 3 times fast. Go for it.
Or if you're on a run, or if you're in the gym, and do it very loud so people around you can, stare at you funny. Anyway, so we wanted to do a, 2020 YouTube check-in, 2020 YouTube strategy kind of thing. I know that if you guys are kind of like me, whenever COVID hit, it's kind of like my YouTube channel was still there and people are still getting it and finding it, but I haven't uploaded very much. And so we just wanted to revisit it and talk to you about the importance of YouTube and what we're doing here in 2020 to continue to push our couples and our brides and search and everything to YouTube. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, and I think that, we've talked a lot about YouTube, and I don't think we've had an episode this year really just devoted to YouTube. I know I did a video, how to crush your YouTube in 2020. It's on our channel. I think it's episode 68 is the last time. So, I mean,
crushed.
It's been crushed, if you will. No,
that's 50 episodes ago, dude.
I know. So it has been a while, but I wanted to start, if you haven't heard those episodes, just a couple of things why we love YouTube. When you think about it, brides are, we used to always push Vimeo and other accounts, but when it comes down to it, brides are going on Google and they're searching for their wedding venue. They're searching for certain terms that usually is not going to show you up on Vimeo, things like that. So YouTube, the main reason we love it is that's where brides, grooms, couples, that's where they are. And organically you can be found well because YouTube is owned by our good friends over at Google. And so Google, Google's daddy.
Google is daddy, YouTube's daddy.
Baby. But so whenever you search terms, certain venue, wedding venue, things like that on Google's going to favor YouTube videos. And if you've done these things right, you've got these things in order, you start to organically show up when people search their venue or they search certain terms, elopement videos or, so things like that will really over time benefit your business. So that's, we love YouTube because it's a huge search engine and there are so many people that find us and book us because of YouTube. So I'm at a point in my business where I would say well over half, probably 6 out of 10 inquiries that we get are from YouTube. We ask a question on our inquiry form, where do they find you? And YouTube is the answer. And especially if you do this right and you create the type of content that people want to watch, and if you really want to travel, like YouTube is a great way to get your foot in that door to do that. And so we have said this, Google owns YouTube. Google is the largest search engine in the world. You know what the number 2 largest search engine in the world is YouTube. Still YouTube.
So and so if you're there and you tag it right and you keyword it right and you can kind of understand a little bit what YouTube is looking for and what Google is looking for, you can really get found and really make some noise, with YouTube. Jen and I right now for our Wild Oak Films, we're actually going through a website facelift and a branding facelift a little bit. And as she was looking at our video section for our new website last night, we got a preview, which it's awesome. I can't wait to share that with all of you how awesome it looks. But she was commenting, she was like, "Man, this YouTube the player doesn't look real great in the website." And I said, "I know." That's, I think, something that you just kind of have to deal with and understand that the player doesn't look as professional or as nice as Vimeo. But to me, the benefits of putting YouTube on my website outweigh maybe the look, the aesthetic a little bit. That's just me personally. You can cover up a lot of times with your website. You can upload your own thumbnail so that it doesn't have that, YouTube player look in it, but then when they push play on it, that'll come up. So, I mean, I'm kind of going all over the place here, talking.
I think you're okay, but I would add to that, some people that I know keep their Vimeo account to have 1 or 2 videos embedded into their site so it's prettier, and that is another option as well. But yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, it is a little more clunky than something like Vimeo. You can't customize it. We're just over here waiting for YouTube to allow that. Hopefully they will. But yeah, I mean, having the YouTube stuff, I mean, I don't know, man. It's been pretty helpful for us. So
it really has. And then especially whenever and it's like anything else, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, you need to know it and you need to understand it and you need to spend some time with it. SEO is one of those things where you can't just How do you get good SEO? Well, you learn it and you go in and you figure it out and you change things and you update things and you figure out keywords and that kind of stuff and phrasing and all of that. And so it just takes time. YouTube for most people is definitely a crock pot thing, not a microwave thing. Yes, there are some people that they upload one video and it magically goes viral and they have 50,000 subscribers overnight, and so that happens. But for most of us, that's not the case. And it's going to be that long, slow build. And the first 100 subscribers that you get are the hardest. Then after you get 1,000, that's the next milestone. But after you get 1,000, then it really can start, kind of snowballing. And then you just start adding subscribers if you're uploading content pretty regularly. So
yeah, and I get asked this a lot. Like, people are like, "I'm just starting my YouTube channel. Is it too late?" And I think about it like, when is the best time to plant a tree? Like 30 years ago. But when is the second best? When's the second best time to plant a tree? Like right now. So I mean, yes, you could have been further ahead if you would have started earlier. I felt that way a couple years whenever I only had a few hundred subscribers and didn't really pay much attention to YouTube, and then started really putting, more effort into some of these YouTube channels and certain things, and like learning how to do it. And it's not too late for YouTube. It's actually, if you start building now, a year from now it'll be that much further ahead, and you'll wish you would have started. So during this quarantine time, during this time, and I know things are starting to pick up a little bit, but like focusing back on your YouTube channel and creating content for it could be the perfect time for you to be doing that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people say that kind of all over the place, like no matter where they are in life, like, oh, I wish I would have done this back then, or I wish I would have, invested in this thing, or I would have bought this, or, whatever. And I think that if you are serious about growing your business and serious about people finding you, which we should all want that, right? YouTube is a great way to do that. Again, with the SEO and the search and the YouTube and the Google and the that's where you need to be. And so I agree. I don't think it's too late. Is there more competition today than there was a year ago? Yes, there is. Is there, more competition than, but there's less competition today than there will be in a year from now. So if you want to think about it that way, that's a great today. Do it.
Yeah, man. And another thing I really want to talk about is both of our YouTube channels, where they're at now, and kind of what they've done in the last, bit. So as we're recording in June of 2020, I'm sitting at 13,680 subscribers on my channel. It's slowed way down. I've been doing the same thing that I was doing, or even better. And I'm averaging somewhere between 200 and 400 new subscribers a month right now. And my revenue is way down. I think YouTube has changed a lot of their algorithms, and which is fine. A lot of my other YouTube friends are saying, yes, the revenue is, they're changing algorithms, but like that doesn't stop me. I'm not like a negative Nancy about it or anything like that, but I'm averaging anywhere from $300 to $600 a month right now just off of YouTube ad revenue, because my videos are monetized. And on the 20th of the month, every month, it's really nice to get $300, $400, $500 from the last month of doing, at this point, nothing really for the last few months, with no weddings to post and things like that. And so it has consistently grown. I've never paid for a YouTube ad, but I've had almost 300,000 views on my channel this last month. I've had, some videos pop in the last month, which I'll tell you about here in a little bit, but sitting at 13,680 subscribers. Nick, I would love to hear, because this is really fun for me, where your subscribers are at. Because whenever you started a year and a half or so after me, you had a couple hundred subscribers, and you were like, I don't know if I should do this. And I kind of like pushed you until you started doing it. So tell us where you're at. A reminder, I'm at 13,680 subscribers. Nick, what's your YouTube story over the last 6 months?
Yeah. So today, as of recording this, we are at 14,925.
Yeah, you are.
So I jumped John about, I don't know, was it a month and a half ago or so?
Yeah, it's I've been saying it for a while, like, okay, Nick, you're going to pass me sooner or later. And I was so happy when you did. And come on, man. But at the same time, like,
yeah. So we're at if everything goes how everything has been trending, I've been getting somewhere between 400 and 700 new subscribers a month on average. So if everything going by, this time next week, I should have 15,000 subscribers for our channel, which is pretty amazing. I'm when it comes to views, I'm getting somewhere between 350 and 450,000 views a month. I have 2 videos that have really sustained. I did a groom reaction video last year, and that one I have, I don't know, it's over 2 million views now. And so that one has been consistently anywhere from 100 to like 300,000 views a month, very consistently since like May of 2019. So it's just been consistently getting a bunch of views. And then I uploaded another one in February or March, sometime back there. And it's been getting me, it's been averaging about 100,000 views a month. That one kind of went mini viral for us, anyways. And so, that's blown up. We've been, money wise, averaging around, 200, 250 a month in ad revenue. You might be saying, well, why is John, why is he making more than me? Well, he has this one non-wedding video, right? That's a soldier coming home video, but it has like, I don't know, 8 million views or
6.5 million views.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's just getting tons of views from that one. So he's getting a little bit more.
Can I steal something? So here's the problem though. And this is where I keep going back and forth. And so I have this video that one of my vendor friends here in town owns a bake shop, like a cake. She does weddings for cakes and stuff. And her husband was a deployed soldier. And like 6 years ago, she was like, hey, can you film my husband? He's coming home. And I just put it on my Redeemed Productions channel. And it started, like after a year of being on there, it blew up and had 1, 2, 3 million views before I got monetized. But it added all these subscribers. And it's been this like double-edged sword because of my 13,000 some odd subscribers, like 4,000 have come from that video. And so I've almost shut it down several times. I just keep not because it's making $200 to $300 a month. Mm-hmm. And it made me like $4,000 last year. And so, this is something that I think is a cool thing to talk about is that I still am very heavily considering removing it from my channel because I'm getting people that are subscribing to me that aren't couples because they're like, oh, that was sweet. This reaction has nothing to do with weddings. And we get asked all the time, like, should I have separate channels for things? And you have to do you. But like Nick, why I envy his position is that like his entire channel has been built only on people that want to watch wedding films. And so YouTube sees his audience as more like pure people that are wanting to watch wedding films. And so like all these people, like my ideal clients are not the ones that are watching the soldier coming home video. And, I'm getting 60-year-old men commenting on this video, which is fine, but it's like they're not my target market. So maybe I'm showing up more. My wedding videos are showing up to people that have watched this and they're like, well, I don't want to watch that. And so my click-through rate is way down. And so like as it sits right now, I've been really just looking back at that video and saying, you know what, I think I'm going to just take that off my channel, even though it has almost like 7 million views. So it's hard to, anyway, that's the struggle I'm at. But Nick, having gone viral with the 2 million on his, groom reaction video, my best one of the groom reactions, I think is 600 or 700,000 views, Yeah.
And John gave me that idea. John gave me that idea. And I think he uploaded his and I did mine like a week later.
Yeah, we were just like, we should do this. And we'll talk about those in a second. But yeah, so keep going with your YouTube channel. You're almost to 15,000. I would love to know kind of what opportunities maybe it's given you in the last year, like where you've gone because of it. Like,
I will say that one thing that if you want to get into a certain market or you want to, destinations or, high end or, working at certain venues or something like that. One thing that John and I firmly believe is it only takes one. Okay, all you need is just one opportunity to do that. If you knock it out of the park, then that's all someone needs to see to say, okay, this company, this person is legitimate. And for us in 2017, I think it was 2017, yeah, the fall, we shot a wedding in Colorado that was the most gorgeous couple that I've ever shot. The groom cried like, I don't know, 7 times on the wedding day, emotional vows, great letters, it was just like the perfect storm of awesomeness in a wedding video. And it was in a place that we wanted to shoot, which was Colorado. And that video, has opened so many doors for us to travel because people watch it. And it's one of those videos that whenever people want a traditional emotional wedding video, it ticks all the boxes. And so that one has opened so many doors. We've shot several times in Colorado. That led us by us doing that, that led us to a giveaway with Love Stories TV, which got us to go to, Texas and North Carolina and Colorado again. And, just building relationships with other people after seeing that I've done some travel stuff, like Jay and Mac, they got us a wedding out in Big Sur. And then, it's opened lots of doors for us to travel. As of right now, of 2021 non-COVID moved weddings, okay, all of them are outside of the city of Wichita. We don't have one in Wichita except for a couple that we have moved into 2021 because of COVID stuff. And I think that all of that has to do with how we have marketed our website, how we have marketed our stuff, how the stuff that we are showing on YouTube and how we are tagging it and all of that. It all just kind of, mixes together and plays in really well together. So
in the last year for me, I have done lots of traveling, and my goal isn't necessarily, hey, I want to travel a ton. I like traveling once or twice a year, but I love shooting local weddings that I can be home in bed, not have to find sitters, all this stuff.
Right.
So ideal situation for me is shooting, the higher end weddings here in Tulsa. And so with that, I look at my forms as well, and it's about 5 out of 10 say Google or YouTube. And so people Googling their wedding venue and seeing, I am up at the very top of almost every one of the nice venues in town because of the search rankings and things like that. And so I booked a ton of weddings last year just because of that. And I didn't do any paid advertising at all in 2019 or in 20 now. And so, but one of the big ones that stood out for me from YouTube, I did a wedding in Santa Barbara in October. And the bride literally was like, I found you on YouTube because I was going to get married at a venue that you shot at in Santa Barbara before. She ended up booking us for video and for photo and her rehearsal and ended up almost spending $20,000 on video and photo when it was all said and done from one YouTube video. And the video that I had done, I've done, I think 8 weddings in Santa Barbara now. So a lot of people, shout out to all my Santa Barbara friends. Sorry for taking some of your weddings, but a lot of people are going to YouTube because they're doing a destination in Santa Barbara, and that's the majority of my couples. They're they don't live in Santa Barbara, and they go to YouTube and they type in Santa Barbara wedding video, and 3 of my videos show up, and they're like, oh my goodness, I loved this video you did at this resort. And the bride that booked us for October booked us and was like, are you even from there? And I was like, no. And she was like, cool, where are you from? It wasn't we're they were just we love that video, we like that style, we wanted, we're doing this kind of thing. And when I added up all of my numbers, for last year, it was almost 6 figures of just YouTube from my weddings. And so, if you're out there and you're like, should I do YouTube? If I am doing YouTube, what can I do better? There's a lot of stuff, Nick, that I really want to talk about how to grow, what you should be doing, all that kind of stuff. And I think we should do that right after this break.
So tell me, what CRM do you use? If you're not sure or you don't know what a CRM is, I'm about to save you a lot of time and therefore money. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. Basically, a CRM is an online service that helps you better serve your clients. HoneyBook is both mine and John's CRM of choice. We absolutely love it. HoneyBook allows us to do all of our correspondence, contracts, and payments all in one place. One of the features that I love is the automated workflow. We all have emails that we send out to all of our clients, right? At 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, the week of. All of us do it. Automated workflows make it so that those emails can go out automatically. Since I don't have to take time to, 1, remember to send them out, and 2, to write them, I save time and make more money by working more efficiently. Are you interested in saving time on the business side of things? Go to howtofilmweddings.com/honeybook for a free 1-week trial. Also, because the HoneyBooks really like me and John, we can give you $200 off of your first year, and that also comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Go to howtofilmweddings.com/honeybook to start saving lots of time in your business. Oh yeah, legally I have to tell you that John and I are affiliates of HoneyBook.
And we are back from break, and we're going to start this segment with our question of the day presented by Wedditor. Wedditor, more than freelance, more than outsourcing. Nick, today's question of the day, how can I grow my YouTube channel without shooting weddings right now?
Well, you can't. No, I'm just kidding. That's
Great
not the
answer. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. No, this is a great, and I think that whenever I was, kind of starting out doing wedding video, and I was so frustrated with photographers and how after the wedding they could really upsell. Because in my mind as a video person, I was like, man, I don't do prints, I don't do albums, I can't upsell, I can't do this kind of stuff. But whenever I stood back and I talked to other people and I thought outside of at least my personal little box, okay, that's when I realized, I don't have to include the ceremony or the toasts, or, I can do these extra FOMO edits, or, that kind of stuff. And when it comes to your YouTube channel, I think that that's the exact same thing, the exact same approach that you can take to it. Okay, think outside of the box just a little bit. And, these things that we're going to talk about are things that have been done before. And it's not like, we're sharing something brand new, but the reason that we're sharing it is because it has worked, and it's something that can really grow your channel. Compilation videos are probably the one thing that we will push to, and the thing that I owe a lot of my success to my channel with growth and numbers and all of that is the groom first look crying video that I made that now has over 2 million views. Okay, if you can put together something like that. I think that the two areas that are going to hit with people and resonate with people are going to be emotion, specifically men crying, right? That's what people want to look at and what people want to watch. The other thing is something that's just ridiculous or really, really funny. Okay? So if you have one of those or both of those, those type of compilation videos are going to, I think, really take you a long way for growing your channel. So what do you have to add to that?
Well, I want, after we talk about this, to kind of dive into some techniques of just getting distribution, a little bit more people to see it, because you could have the most killer compilation video, but if you don't do some things correctly, nobody's going to see it. And so compilation videos for sure are a great way. I do kind of a yearly first look compilation, first look with bride and her dad compilations do really well. Like Nick was saying, emotion. My most high performing wedding films, the very highest one, I almost didn't publish it because I had an associate shoot it and the audio is not that great. The color was off. It's from forever ago and it has 500,000 views on my channel. The groom was a Marine and he wrote personal vows to the bride. Good looking couple, great wedding day, but it just didn't it wasn't exactly what I almost didn't upload it, and now it's added thousands of subscribers and makes me 50 to 80 bucks a month. The video itself on YouTube has made more money than I got paid to shoot the wedding. And so, but that video, you got to think about moments or things that are very shareable. What could go viral, what kinds of things, like if you spend a little bit extra time, even after you've edited something for the couple, to make something that's specific, like a moment. I've had little videos that I made of like a first dance with the bridesmaids, or I'm sorry, just like a dance with the bridesmaids that have gone really well. But just looking for moments that are like wow, or shareable or huge. And then my other video that has over 500,000, which was a wedding, had like ridiculous like decor. And it was very shareable in the fact that it's like, you're not going to believe what this reception looks like. And people like share it and are like, oh my goodness, check out these flowers. They had a huge flower budget. And it was, anyway, so the thumbnail, everything matched and things like that. And so if you're like, what I did whenever we got to like quarantine time, and I'll talk about this video real quick, is I made a dad's reaction video. And I went through some of my archives and found a couple of them that I remember from not just 2019, but one from 2017 where the dad just like really melted when he saw his daughter. And I led with that one because it was just so good. And so this video I put out about 4 months ago. I think it was like February, something like that. And it had like, I did everything right. We'll talk about that in a second. But like it just kind of sit there for a while. And literally last week, out of nowhere, it went from 20-something thousand views to like 140,000 views in the last week. Like it was getting 1,000 views an hour, just going. And so it's made me over $100 in the last week, just that one video. And so YouTube's weird. Like sometimes it picks up quickly, but these kinds of videos like this, like Nick was saying, have a consistent revenue from them that like just kind of become an asset that's part of your YouTube channel. That's like, oh, it makes me $20 a month forever. And so I have 5 or 6 wedding films that have done that, and then 2 or 3 compilation videos that do that, and then my soldier video. And so that all ends up being somewhere in the $400 or so a month, which is not a ton, but that's the same as me doing almost another wedding a year like that. So that I think that would answer the question.
Yeah,
did I leave anything out?
No, I don't think so. And another thing that YouTube seems to favor is longer videos. Again, the whole idea is that YouTube, every social media network wants you to get sucked in and stay on their social media network, right? And so a 10-minute sort of emotional film that's maybe not the best might actually perform better from a being found searching than a 4-minute video that is one of the most emotional things that you've ever put together. Okay? Just because YouTube wants people to be on their platform, and it is kind of a proven fact, the rule of thirds when it comes to YouTube. And it goes, if you look at your analytics, it really doesn't matter how long the video is. Most people, you will see a sharp like jump off after a third of the video. Okay? It doesn't matter if that's 3 minutes, then they're only watching a minute. If it's 10 minutes, they're watching about 3.5 minutes. If it's an hour, they're watching 15 to 20 minutes. Like, that's just what it is. And so one thing that I have toyed around with that I keep talking about that I actually need to do is taking 3 or 4 of my, video that maybe are like, I'll have great groom, reactions or something like that in them, and then compiling all 4 of those into one like 20-minute or 25-minute video and uploading that and saying, hey, watch this, groom compilation video that's just our videos, but I'm just redistributing them. If you go and look at a lot of my kids, my kids watch a lot of what's the Ryan's toy review? Ryan, the little, that is what they do on their videos, is they basically have like 3 different videos that are like 7 minutes long that they just put together. So it's like 15 to 20 minutes long, and these little kids watch it. So it just makes them more money. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I have wanted to do, that if you have a few,
good point.
And one thing that you need to also think about is that opening hook. Okay. If you have the best video, but the first 10, 15, 30 seconds are not just like, ugh, really grab you and pull you in, then people are going to jump off of it really quick. So the idea that I had with, putting 3 of our videos together would be to take 5 or 10 seconds from each of those and then just show the most emotional or the things that I know people are going to want to see in all 3 of those videos, and like do a quick intro of here's what you're going to see and then go into the video, something like that. So anyway, that's another option that you can do that I want to try out, and I should.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't care about making extra money, like a couple $100 extra bucks or $1,000, whatever it is, just off of ad revenue, I would strongly encourage you, like the reason we do YouTube, this is a bonus, the extra money that we get from it. And growing your channel with videos that you're just thinking about like using them to grow your channel is going to help you in so many ways whenever you upload your wedding films to your channel. Because Nick has 15,000 subscribers or close to it. So when he uploads his actual wedding film, 15,000 people are getting notified that, hey, there's a new Wild Oak film and it's this, and the thumbnail matches everything. Like it puts people in that's like, oh, I'll watch that. And if, just by posting it, a couple thousand people watch it, it automatically pushes you up if you've done your job with titling it and tagging it correctly to show up first in that wedding venue or that title, whatever it is. So it only helps you to organically show up more, to have more subscribers, because, and like Nick with his completely pure wedding film audience, every time he posts a film, he's getting probably, would you say 2,000 or so views no matter what?
I mean,
like yeah,
I'm to the point where when I upload a video, if in 24 hours or 48 hours, I don't have somewhere between, 800 and 2,000 views, I'm like, okay, what's probably more like 1,200 to 2,000 within, the first, couple days. If I don't have that, I'm like, something's off, something's going on.
And the reason I bring that up is because so whenever I post, if I don't do a good job of really getting people to share it, I get 800 to 1,200, somewhere. And so the more people that you have that really love your channel, the more SEO that you build. And then you build this, a lot of people that are watching Nick's films aren't going to get married, but that helps when somebody does search his term. So, Nick, I wanted to talk about just a couple of strategies on we did do episode, I believe it's 68, where I walk through YouTube, what I do, how to title, how to use thumbnails, tags, all that. I will recommend as well Sean Cannell. He was on, Nick will have to tell me what episode that was, but and he has a lot of video. He has a course called Video Ranking Academy that's really good. And then I'll also point towards TubeBuddy. We have an affiliate link. I think we get $1 every time somebody signs up. It's a huge affiliate, but we'll post that in the show notes. But TubeBuddy is there. It kind of is a service that shows you how you're doing, how you're ranking, gives you suggestions on keywords, things like that. So we're not going to go dive deep into that, but I didn't mean to cut you off, Nick.
The Sean Cannell episode is episode 51. So he is absolutely he's kind of one of the gurus out there right now. That's you want to grow your YouTube channel, do it, Sean says. Yeah. So check him out. And then it is episode 68 where John, talk about crushing your YouTube.
Yes. And so I do want to talk, though, about strategy when it comes to the look, the vibe, the feel, everything matching, that kind of stuff, Nick. Just so people can get some traction, what recommendations do you have for them to get their content to potentially feel a certain, all feel unified? Does that help with it going viral? All that stuff. Yeah.
So the things that you are going to hear over and over again from people when they're like, hey, if you want to have a channel, you need to figure out how the look of everything, whenever they go to your YouTube page, does the header image match your thumbnail? Does that match the thumbnails of your videos and all of that kind of stuff? So you want to come up with a feel of your videos. Ours, I have a template that I go and I just change people's names and I change the picture. And so everything looks uniform, everything looks nice, everything looks neat. And so get a thumbnail for each of your videos that fits with your brand. one of the worst things that you can do for your channel is going to be let YouTube auto pick your thumbnail. Because you don't know what it's going to look like. It could be some random person dancing, not the couple or something. So pick either the best shot of the couple, or pick something that's just going to make people go, whoa, or draw in, or, maybe the decor or something like that. I know that John's really big into like, hey, let me put the decor so people can see that this was expensive. One thing that I would shy you away from, if you are maybe newer and you're still kind of figuring out your style and like that kind of stuff, is I know for a few of my first videos, because my wife was a photographer and I shot her weddings, I used her photos as my thumbnail. Now, the problem with that is her editing style was different, coloring was different than mine. So you might be misleading some of your audience in the look and the feel if you're asking the photographer for a thumbnail or an image that you can use for their thumbnail. So I would pull your own stuff just so that it looks and feels all very similar. So get that thumbnail, that's most important, and then title it. Bill and Sarah's wedding in June of 2020. That's, no one cares other than Bill and Sarah, right? Like you need to make something compelling. I was for a long time, most emotional groom moment, this groom will make you cry, like those kind of titles. I've kind of started, because my channel is growing and I'm going to get more views from it, I have kind of started moving away from those kind of titles and more trying of pulling, like for this most recent one that kind of went mini viral, we got like 300,000 views in a month or so. The groom in his letter to his bride said, "This marriage is my calling and I'm going to answer it every time." Which if you watch the video, like it's like, like makes you kind of cry, just hearing that. But so I titled that video, "This marriage is my calling." And then I put the title of the venue. So I'm kind of like pulling in searchable stuff, which is the venue and the city or state, that stuff. But I'm also kind of pulling something in a little bit more personal to the video. Now, if it's just something that I like, okay, this is something I think I need to capitalize on, I'm still going back to kind of a clickbaity title. However, it's true to what happens in the video. Like, I'm not writing the most emotional wedding video you ever watch, and then there's no like emotion to it. So I'm not doing that. So, having a nice thumbnail, having a nice title, and then writing a description that you're not keyword stuffing, but again, you're putting in location, you're putting venues, you're putting web addresses, like that kind of stuff in the video. I've started like pulling quotes from letters or toasts or something like that just to kind of fill up some information in there. I am tagging with websites, the venues and the vendors and all of that kind of stuff for backlinks, that sort of stuff. So John, I don't know. I feel like I've been talking for a bit about what I do. Did I miss anything? Can you think of anything that I should?
No, I think that, we've had a lot of mentor sessions where people will, on their website, I remember a handful where it's like, you go to their videos page and it's like, some of them have a thumbnail that's like on purpose. Some of them are an auto-generated, and it just feels like, I didn't want to take the time to mess with it. And I would say that, like for just the branding side of things, and I see this a lot too. As people grow their channel, they're like, oh, I'll get to that later or whatever. And our point is, like, you don't need to get 10,000 or 15,000 subscribers or whatever. If you have 200 or 50 or whatever, those are people that are following you. And like, you should build your channel as if though you were a channel with 1 million subscribers. And like, what would you do with that? And, it's pretty simple to Google, Photoshop templates for YouTube to be able to create banners that fit right and everything that just, that kind of stuff to make your YouTube channel look good and stuff. And so like what you're saying, like your vibe of your channel is very apparent to people. And if that's attractive to people, they will want to subscribe to it. And it's obviously very attractive to a lot of people because a lot of people are subscribing. And you add like the the idea that, you're creating content that is shareable. All the thumbnails kind of go together. Imagine it's like, this is what it feels like to, to be on the Wild Oak Films YouTube channel, and people will subscribe, but the majority of the people that are viewing our videos aren't our subscribers. They are because we are showing up in YouTube's feed organically in the suggested videos because we've tagged them correctly, and because YouTube knows, and they test it, that's part of what they do is you put a video out, and the longer people watch it, the more people it shows it up to. And so if, they do a test audience with Nick, and, they show it to, or one of Nick's videos and show it to 1,000 people, and 200 people click it and watch it all the way through, YouTube is like, wow, that thumbnail must be good. That title must be good. I'm going to show that up to another 5,000 people. And they keep showing it to more and more people. And if more and more people continue to interact with it and watch it through, or like it, or comment on it, YouTube shows it up to more and more people. And that's how it becomes viral. Were you going to say something?
Yeah. When it comes to distribution, one thing that I think that helps, and this isn't like a proven thing, but from my observation, it's true, but it might not be true. Does that make sense? Sure. John's looks like, well, I don't know. Okay. So, the first 24 hours or so of your video actually being live, where it's a live link, not a hidden one or anything like that, seem to really dictate if YouTube is going to push it a lot at the beginning or not. Okay. So the strategy that I do is whenever I have a video that's done, I create a link that's just hidden. So it's live on YouTube, but it's not like published for the world to see. And I share that with a couple. And then I ask them to share that with their friends, with their family on their Facebook page before I make the video live on YouTube. Because it seems that whenever that happens, and then I'm sharing it and the video already has, 300-400 views, whenever I hit live, it's kind of tricking YouTube into thinking, oh, in 1 second, this video got 500 views. Okay. Now I don't have proof to saying that that's true, but in all of the videos that I have gotten more views before I've actually made them live so that people searching, they have performed better, getting me more views in the first week or two than videos that maybe only get 50 views or something whenever I hit live. Okay. So don't take that as, YouTube gospel or something like that, but I'm just sharing my experience that seems to kind of bump YouTube views up a little bit whenever I do that.
Do you remember that wedding from a month ago? Yeah, like that one that you needed to start editing yesterday? But you also need to prep today for your wedding tomorrow, and you're leaving for your first vacation in forever on Monday. So what do? It seems that the only creative part of your edits are the excuses you're going to have to give your clients. We have the solution, Wedditor. Wedditor is a team of top wedding editors, project managers, and account coordinators that help us wedding filmmakers edit. They match the right editors with your style so you can spend your time where it matters most, on your business. Nick and I both use Wedditor, and we don't know how we would run our companies without them. It takes a team to build an amazing business, and you shouldn't try to do it all on your own. Head over to howtofilmweddings.com/Wedditor to help you free up your time so that you can focus on growing your brand. Be sure to use promo code HTFW for $50 off your first project. Wedditor, more than freelance, more than outsourcing. We know the time suck that is searching for the perfect song for your wedding film. MusicBed has spent years collaborating with artists, bands, and composers to make it easier than ever for anyone to find the right song for their video.
With amazing artists like Chapters, Tony Anderson, and The Light, The Heat, MusicBed is the best place for wedding videographers to get licensed music.
Their subscription service was a life changer for me, especially since all of their subscription music is pre-cleared for every social media platform: Facebook, Instagram, Love Stories TV, and my personal favorite, YouTube, all pre-cleared.
And if you are interested in a free month of a MusicBed wedding subscription, head over to howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed. When you sign up, use the promo code HTFW and you will get your first month for free.
on the subject of distribution, getting people to see it, this is the part where I think a lot of people don't go that extra little bit and make it to where the video really pops. And if you're wanting to grow your channel, the best ways to do that, are creating content that can go viral, compilations, different things like that, growing your channel, showing off emotional moments. But the long-term crockpot method of slowly, steadily putting out good content that shows up to more and more people, you're adding more subscribers each month, and it folds back on top of itself. The distribution side of it is the most important. And so like Nick is saying, whenever you're done with the video, if you want to grow it on YouTube, you can make that link private. You can embed that link on your website if you want to draw traffic to your website. But like Nick does it, I do it where I just share that YouTube link with the couple, have them share it. And then one of my template emails is a YouTube video for the wedding vendors. And I let them know beforehand, hey, the wedding video is going to be done soon. I have a full list of every one of the vendors all ready to go, all of their Instagram tags, like everything. I'm making it as easy as possible for all the wedding planner has to do is copy the text, paste it, and share the video herself, or just share my video. And so after it's been published, I'm following up with vendors saying, hey, that video was published. Did you see the link there? Like, I just want as many people sharing that as possible. And I'm encouraging the bride and groom, to tell people to share this video. And so getting people to see it is huge. And then the other thing is reaching out to different bridal magazines, bridal, websites, blogs, having a list of those and just sending an email when you get done with the video. I will share it with Love Stories TV and say, hey, this is a video I think would be really good, or, different magazines or local publications, or, we have a magazine in Oklahoma called Brides of Oklahoma. And it's like, do you think this is something you would share? And so you're trying to see who I could share this video with without being spammy that might also share this video. And so the more people you get sharing it, that tells YouTube that oh my goodness, this is good stuff. We're going to keep showing this up to more people. And so if you do that with every one of your weddings, let's say you shoot 20 weddings a year, and each one of those weddings adds you somewhere between 20 and 100 new subscribers, within a year, you've got somewhere in the range of an extra 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers, which it feels like, oh my gosh, 1,000 subscribers in a year. But what happens is that the consistency compounds, and something happens like what it did for Nick, where this time last year when we did an episode, I think you had 3,000 followers at this point, and I could be wrong on the dates, but the point is how Nick was saying it just takes one. If you have been doing everything right and people see, oh, this person has 2,000 subscribers, there's something psychological after you've built this little bit of following. People think, oh, well, they're legit, they're a good deal. And so more and more people subscribe, share, and it just all folds back on itself. And so the distribution side is so much more important, where people just think, oh, I've got really good videos, I'm going to put it out there and just say Bill and Sarah's wedding in June, and it'll go viral. And that's just, there's too much content now. And so even by doing everything right, a lot of the times your videos, when you post them, are going to get a few hundred views. And you have to be continually trying to figure out ways to get more and more people to watch those. And so as YouTube changes, algorithms change, things like that, you have to constantly be looking at ways you can get more and more people to see the videos. I talked a long time.
You sure did, but it was all really good stuff. I will say that has helped a lot. That email that we have in our templates in our shop about just sending your final video to all of the vendors. The vendors. I don't know if I said that word right. All of the vendors. It was, just let them know, hey, you guys did a great job. We worked hard on this, but you guys worked hard on the wedding day. We just want you to see it all, come together. We would love for you to share it if you want to. Don't push them to share it. It's not one of those, hey, you better share this, but you're asking them, hey, if you want to share it, and then links to Instagram accounts or Facebook pages or something like that in there so that they can credit all the other vendors as well. That has helped with that. Another thing with distribution, and John touched on this just a little bit, is the service called TubeBuddy. Okay, TubeBuddy, and yes, we are affiliates. We get we don't get very much. Yeah, we're getting really rich. It's like I think we've made like $4 over in a year and a half from TubeBuddy. But
we love it.
We do. What it is an extension that you can put into your internet browser, and it helps you with keywords and tagging and that kind. And if you pay for like the big, like they have like different plans and stuff. If you pay for the big one, you can even do stuff like thumbnail A/B splits, where it'd be like, hey, you upload 2 thumbnails, and then depending on your audience, it will show one thumbnail to one and one thumbnail to the other, and then it can like help you decide which one performs better for like getting people's attention and like that kind of stuff. So anyway, TubeBuddy has been huge, but we love it for the keywords. You can go in there and it will tell you if a keyword is this easy to rank for? Is it hard to rank for? Because a lot of us are tagging keywording wedding video, wedding videographer, our state videographer, like that kind of stuff. And like those, depending on your location, is really, really hard to rank in. So having TubeBuddy kind of tells you, oh, this is a good keyword that you might want to consider using, where that one isn't necessarily a good keyword to use. So we highly recommend TubeBuddy. We do have an affiliate link in the description below, in the show notes if you wanna check that out, or not. You do you.
Good. That's good. Yeah, and I love this conversation, and we will continue to have more and more YouTube conversations. I have noticed in our Facebook group, when we do like a Friday introduction with YouTube, like share your YouTube channel, we're seeing lots and lots of people sharing their YouTube channels, building their YouTube channels. And so, for us, we know we've talked about it a few times, but like if you're building a channel and you have a specific question or, something that you're struggling with, just leave it in the comments below and we will try to get to you on that, just because everybody's so different,
Mm-hmm.
And so some people are like, should I, I've got a YouTube channel that has 5,000 subscribers already that I built making makeup tutorials. Should I put my wedding films on there and change the name? And should I, there's a ton of random questions that we get about YouTube. But yeah, there's deeper level stuff like Sean Cannell's courses. And then there's things like inside of our Facebook group that you can just share and grow alongside that with. But Nick, it's been really cool watching your channel go from just a few hundred now to having more subscribers than me, which is
winning.
really nice. I like that. And I, it's growing exponentially, and I'm just excited to see by the next time we do a YouTube update video where we're going to be. I know that I could be better. Like, this is a reminder to me to like be focused on putting out good content for YouTube and scheduling that out and creating things. I know I've heard Nick say several times, like, man, I need to make my compilation video for last year, or I need to do that. And I'm the same way, where it's like, oh, I want to do this or put these videos together. And so if those are on the back burner, put those on your calendar and do those in the month of June or the month of July, and just see where your channel can get you, because you might upload a groom reaction video like I did in February, and then in June it blows up and goes mini viral or whatever. And so you got to get that content out there. You got to be consistent. Nick, am I leaving anything out?
I don't think so. We covered it all. You should now be a YouTube expert for your wedding video channel. Anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode of the How to Film Weddings podcast. If you haven't yet, head over to howtofilmweddings.com. There we have a template shop. One of the things that we talked about was our email templates, in that like reaching out to vendors and couples and stuff, asking them to share the video. We have that in our email template exactly broken down. So if you want to go over there and purchase that, we would thank you for that. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, we will see you.
See ya.